730 days and 32 new grades. That album got me stressed, I tune it like T-Pain. Yeah, I got the keys and these got keychains.
We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Houston Texans. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Jason Sanders has us ready for the start. Off we go from NRG Stadium. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Now collegiate star in Austin with the Longhorns, it's Bijan Robinson.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8.
Like 54.
From the gun, it's Levis. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Levis. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. He'll go play action with Stroud. Out to his right. He's going to keep it himself. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
18.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. Give him 14 on that one. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
Tony.
Here's the Florida Gator, Dameon Pierce. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. They'll run it, and it's the USC man, Woody Marks. And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
What's that? 118. What's that?
Stroud to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. Down the sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Using the tight end to get to the end zone. Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They go play action with Levis. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
Here's Robinson. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, Levis. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain of 24 through the air. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Mike, everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Like 49!
They run over center with Robinson. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Amari and Lassiter there on the stop.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. They'll go again with Robinson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 17 yards, the gain there. 1st down, Atlanta.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and they can continue to generate these big explosive runs. I don't think they need to go away from it.
He's got it at the 7. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
And it's his first catch of the game, and it ends up being a good one. All week long, we talked about how this dominant secondary wanted to take away their best targets, and he continues to make plays like that. Their top 10 ranking could take a hit by the end of this one.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. The ball comes out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
So as you start operating your red zone offense, of course it goes without saying, Mike, you're trying to score touchdowns. But the worst case scenario is that you bring your field goal unit and you at least try for 3. You have to protect the ball. Turnovers are the cardinal sin of red zone offense. In this case, they dodge a little bit of a bullet here. The ball comes loose. Fortunately for the ball carrier, his own team recovers it. They can keep their offense on the field and see if they can finish this drive.
And he'll be taken down, but now a long way to go on 3rd and goal.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. That's going to be caught. So, time to think about 4th and goal coming up. It's the Texans who have the early lead. More from Houston coming up in a moment. The Falcons have it to start quarter number 2. So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. This about as short as you can get. McPherson's kick is good. And the Falcons are on the board. It's 7-3.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
Here we go, let's go. 18, that's right. Hey, south.
They'll start on the ground, and this is Marks. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9.
18, that's right.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. His pass complete to Jalen Knowles. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
16 yards.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. 18, that's right.
On play action. Stroud. This one, batted away. It's incomplete. A.J. Terrell, the tight coverage there, and he knocks it away.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
He's got his man. That's Nico Pollard. They're going to work this down inside the 45. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
Now a ball deep, middle of the field, and he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All right. 18, that's right.
Throwing is Stroud. Now screen set up for Marks. They're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's a
They get an even 20 on that one. First down for Houston.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Oh, ready. Tony. Hey.
Now, Stroud. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. He's taken down just shy of the 10. That's a dozen for number 12, and he's got a first down as well.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
18. What's that? Good night.
Stroud to throw here on first and 10. This one on the 4. And he's in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. Sanders here for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Texans extend their advantage to 14-3. 14.
Falcons 3. Jason Sanders.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
On play action, here's Levis. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up second down.
Here we go.
Slot man in motion right. Now Robinson. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's on for the second time and wouldn't mind a carbon copy of that first kick. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. Now Stroud. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
And I think I want to see a little bit more of this style from this defense. The key, Mike, is at that catch point, you want to create as much contact and be physical. Separate the ball from the intended receiver, and it's a great example there.
Stroud gives it to Pierce. And he'll take this up past the 40 for a pickup of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
Here now, third and 5.
Tonight. 19 Texas. 19. That's right. Hey, see the ball, see the ball, see the ball.
Stroud gonna set up to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Texans first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
18. That's right.
On first down, it's Stroud. That's caught. It's Dameon Pierce. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last.
To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Houston. That is second touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. Now Sanders on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Texans move out to a 21-3 advantage.
Falcons 3.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. We'll start at the 4. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Or 54, Mike 54. 18.
The RPO, that one is complete.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
49, Mike 49. 18.
Now, Levis. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. On first and 10, here's Stroud. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted.
And we've seen this throughout the entire game. Like, these receivers are having a hard time uncovering against this secondary. You force a quarterback to throw into a lot of tightly contested windows, it's going to end up in the wrong hands.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here's Levis from out of the pistol. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Now, deep ball for London. And this will be incomplete.
right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Two incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. From the gun, it's Levis. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
18, outside.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. And it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal.
18, outside.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he will score again. Touchdown, Texans. 3 touchdowns for him. Numbers 6, 7, and 8 on the season. This is turning into a monster game. Let's keep an eye on this. 3 touchdown catches alone in the first half. Could be a record-setting game.
The score, Texans 28, Falcons 3.
Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Ah, 949. And it's...
Off the play fake, it's Levis. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. We have hit halftime. Going to take a quick break, come back, second half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Out, outside, hot. 18, outside. 2 J.
On the ground to begin the drive with Pierce. And boy, tough to bring down there. Fighting forward for a gain of 7.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 2.
Oh, right.
They'll stay on the ground with Pierce. And he's going to get 1st down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And Not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 7.
Tony.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
Here we go. 18. What's up?
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther.
Zero.
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll get about 5. From the 23, here's 2nd down and 5.
19.
They go play action with Levis. Now, deep ball for London. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And you're one of the go-to guys on your team. I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Zero.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Levis. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Quincy Williams. Second half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now they scored on their own.
Yeah, they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick 6 here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
Falcons 3.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
At their own 27-yard line.
Like 13.
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Like 46, like 40.
Out of the shotgun, Levis. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Throwing is Levis. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points. But really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out with every single play, it stresses your offensive line, it stresses your quarterback, it stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
Oh, ready?
They'll start this one on the ground with Pierce. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
2nd and 11.
Oh, ready?
Now a handoff, running right, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. It is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That is caught. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball. More bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often. And when they do, you got to seize the moment.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's go.
They'll run straight ahead with Pierce. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Ow, that's right. 118. That's right. Down.
Once again, it's Pierce. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Ow, that's right. 118. That's right.
Run the toss play to Pierce. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans getting all set to punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line.
Like 49. Like 49.
Levis to throw on 1st and 10. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Like 13.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On second down, left. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
Pitts is the man in motion. They'll run it here with Robinson. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Hey, 40 Linda. Here we go. Tonight.
Levis. Over the middle and take it in. He's got it. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense get a little...
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
On the handoff, this is Pierce. Drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd, juking his way forward for a gain of a couple.
2 yards on the pickup.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 8.
All right. Tony.
On the carry, it's Pierce. Fighting off defenders here. He'll turn forward and pick up 3.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Here we go. South.
Now, Stroud. Rolling right. He'll try to run for it. Stroud avoids the contact as he slides to a stop after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
They hand it off to Pierce. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 3.
Wow, what's that? Swap. Love a swap.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
All right.
A handoff as they try to run it here.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground.
Taken down at the 43-yard line.
The Texans set to punt this one away. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Like 54.
Now Levis. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Levis. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got 3rd down coming up.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. London brought in motion. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So it's a win here for the Texans. They didn't quite get the shutout they were hoping for and likely deserved. This was a tremendous defensive performance. They held the other guys to just a field goal, that's all. That defensive unit was the driving force in this victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Torito. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans, as we say, so long from Houston.
I see you from across the room. I thought I wouldn't feel a thing. I think it's getting colder now. I wanna get close to you. I swear that we've been here before. I guess you didn't notice me, but you do now. Oh, you do now. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? 'Cause I've been standing here. Oh, face, cause baby, that's all I know. Why do you wait? Just tell me, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Cause I've been standing here. Oh, I've been standing here. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Cause I've been standing here. Oh, I've been standing here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm up now. Here's an update. I'm a real snob. I need a parfait. I need to meditate with the bunny on my state. I'm finna give it a good shot on my cache. She want the